Outside the Bernabeu, three people from Let's Be Real talking about a 3-1 victory against Man City in the second leg of the first UCL playoffs Real Madrid were a part of. We'll do the player ratings. We'll end with Kylian and Faris. So we start with Arun on my right. Thibaut Courtois, what would you rate? I don't think he had much to do. Apart from that goal that he dived well. It was of the crossbar that came out. But what would you rate him on today?
I mean, he was, like you said, kind of a spectator for most of the game, mainly because he had nothing to do. He had no opposition to even give him to do anything. Maybe about 6.5 sounds really bad, but maybe, yeah, there's nothing else he did during the game. So 6.5, yeah.
Definitely. 6.5, 7 is what I would have also said. Because a clean sheet would have helped,
Yeah,
but
definitely.
But okay, talking about the world's best right back, Fede Valverde. Talking about the best right back in the world, Fede Valverde, man. As a right back, he was incredible. Like, if somebody is watching football for the first time or Real Madrid for the first time, I don't think they have a doubt that he's not a right back.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said. Unbelievable performance today. Anywhere he plays good, even especially right back. You know, it reminded me of the performance a few years ago against Liverpool in Anfield in the COVID season. For me, I said earlier, man of the match if it wasn't for Mbappe's goal, so I'll give him 9 out of 10, to be honest.
Man, yeah, definitely. He deserved one. Like, 9 was definitely strong and he was really, really good today. Raul Asensio, now I've got an assist. Had a lot of good moments tackling the Man City front line. From Marmoush, Bernardo Silva, to everybody. He didn't let them get space, and whenever they got space, he was there pressing them within no moment. So, what would you rate him for today's performance?
Can you even believe this guy was in the Castilla like, 6 months ago, 7 months ago? Incredible. And also when you have a madman like Antonio Rudiger next to you, looking tame compared to you, I think this guy is incredible. Again, like everybody would say, if not for Kylian and Valverde, probably Asensio man of the match. So another strong showing, 9 out of 10.
Definitely. Probably in the top 3 performers today, man. He was in the man of the match contention. Talking about Rudiger, man, I think he had a good game. Like, I think he missed Erling Haaland a little bit.
Yeah, I think he had a good, solid game. You know, this was his first game back from the injury. When he first got injured, I think Liganes, they said he's not going to play until March, so it's good to see him today. Maybe they forced him back, I don't know, but very solid performance. Unlucky to concede at the end, you know, from a set piece. Probably 7.5, I think. Nothing special, but he didn't need to do anything, to be honest.
Oh, yeah, man, definitely. I think Raul Asensio also did the dirty job, and he was good enough positioning-wise. 7.5, good enough, man. What about Ferland Mendy? I think he had an okay performance. I didn't sense a lot of threat from the right wing, even though in the second part of the second half, Man City did have chances. Some of them did come from the right, but I think Mendy had a good game. He combined well with Vinny. I think as a whole, when I say good game, the entire team also had a good game. So, and he was a good performer today. What would your rating be for him?
It's a pretty good game. I think we did not miss Fran Garcia that much. That's a huge statement because Mendy hot and cold in a few occasions. Maybe 7.5, yeah.
7.5, good. No, 7.5 deserved also. And also now we know why like Carlo Ancelotti trusts Mendy in these big games.
Yeah.
And talking about the midfield, where do we start? Okay, we start with the player who played in his natural position, Aurelien Tchouameni. I think he showed what he can do when he's playing in the center of the park. Give him that number 6 spot and he could win aerial duels, pass the ball around, make those defensive tackles. I say it's a very good performance. Good, then there's a very good. I say he was a very good performance. What about you, Faris?
Yeah, I agree. Very good performance as well. Maybe we saw a bit of Tchouameni from last season when he was playing in the deep number 6 role. Like I said, very contrasting performance compared today to some of the other games. So very solid. He was good for the second balls, recovered the ball a lot. Good slide tackles here and there. For me, probably 8 out of 10 for today.
8 out of 10, and he had an impact on the game that we could see from the first moment, from the first time the whistle blew off. So, Dani Ceballos, I think, man, he controlled the game really well. That's what we could say. And transition-wise, he was pinch perfect. And when he knew when to say pass the ball on the sides, when to progress it forward, playing his natural game, good performance. What about Dani Ceballos? What rating do you have for him?
Statisticians would probably give him quite a low score because he was not really visible. But if you look at the game through his eyes, you can probably see the game. You can see the whole game. So he deserved his standing ovation from wherever they gave him. The statisticians, like I said, won't rate him much, but I'd rate him an 8.5.
I think he had a great performance. I think we controlled the game in the midfield. That is what I would say. Like Chouameni and Ceballos, they were like the two important parts of that midfield machine that we have. Talking about Jude Bellingham, man, I think he did. There was this one moment in the second half and they were attacking, and I remember Jude Bellingham had the ball and he dribbled 3 players just to get some space, and then he crossed the ball from the left back position to the right. Yeah. That was like, I told my friend on my right, and I was like, this is a throwback to Toni Kroos, that pass. But I think he had a good control of the game. He did what he had to do. What rating do you have for him?
Bellingham barely has a bad game for Real Madrid. I think every game he plays well. Again, he doesn't always have to score or assist to have a good game, but because of what he did last year and even earlier this season, some people judge him because of that. We shouldn't forget the reason we came today being one up within a 1-goal advantage is because of him. So for today, I think he played well. The only negative is the yellow card, because now he misses the next Champions League game and he misses the next 2 league games as well. So I'd give him an 8, and anybody that thinks Bellingham is a bad player, I'll tell you, fuck off. Not fuck you, fuck off.
And if you don't understand the difference between the 2 words, there's a word which I have for you: Google. Google it. Google off. Google you. But yes, that's the best way to put it, actually. Talk to me about. I'll do the 2 Brazilian wingers with you, because I know Faris on the left. Loves talking.
He wants the main man. Yeah.
Yes, talk to me first about Vinicius Junior. Yeah, he had the dribbling game going on. He did combine well. He had one chance which was saved by Ederson, and he did combine well with Mbappe to create those chances.
True.
What rating would you give him today?
If you consider pre-assist as a thing, probably he'd get 1, because the pass to Rodri was really important, but not really up to his usual Champions League standards, where he just scores assists. He still had a great game, so probably about 8.
I would say a 7-8. That would have been my rating as well. And what about Rodrigo? Like, he was a threat all throughout through the right wing. City were finding it hard to tackle him, and that assist, man, the flick, the nutmeg was like a greatness in itself before Guardiola went sliding. Like that was a great assist, and I think he had a. That's basically Rodrigo against Manchester City. There's no other way to describe it.
I think he's the boogeyman for Man City. Every time they play against Rodrigo, they're scared. The other 2 maybe not so much in their minds, but Rodrigo always makes them sweat. And today the pass to Mbappe might be easy on paper, but the skill that you need to pull that off in that moment, incredible. 8.5 for me.
8.5. Yeah. The skill is not easy, and to have that game sense, to pass like that with the side of your foot to between 2 players to spot Mbappe. Oh my God! I was like, wow. Like there's like 2 wow moments that happened. That was like back to back, and people would remember basically like what Guardiola was sliding in because of Mbappe. But you have to remember the greatness of the pass was equally amazing. And then now the man of the moment, not Faris, but somebody Faris definitely loves a lot. Kiki, do you love him?
Je t'aime Kylian, always.
I think there's only he wears the number 9, but I think 10 on 10, man. What more could have he done?
Yeah, I agree. Today, of course, je t'aime Kylian, always 10 out of 10. Today for the hat trick, each goal better than the other. One lob, one took the defender out and then bottom corner, and the other one left foot bottom corner in the second half. Amazing performance. You know, you have a guy up front that can score any type of goal pretty much. Yeah, maybe every game we can say this probably his best game in a Real Madrid shirt, but there's more to come, I'm sure. But for me, man of the match, 10 out of 10.
Man of the match for sure. And if this is gonna be the consistent level where he can play against teams like this, be ready. The Mbappe bomb has exploded. And we'll slowly just go through, say, a quick rating without explanations for the substitutes,
Yeah.
if I remember them correctly. Brahim Diaz
Uh,
had some moments but
Yeah.
didn't have enough time.
yeah, not enough time, so I don't really think he gets a rating from me. Yeah.
Definitely. I think Brahim also like 6, 7, what more? He didn't have the time. Luka Modric, you are a 10 anyways.
Yeah, Mame Modric came on, he controlled the game. I think if we were maybe not in so much control or not winning that by that much, he probably would have came on much earlier. But I think in the away game as well, he played really good. So probably 6.5, 7, just because he didn't play enough, I think.
Yeah, man, definitely. David Alaba also, like, glad to see him come back again.
Yeah.
That's a very important word, again. But yeah, what rating would you guys have for Alaba? Didn't have enough. See, I could say that the goal conceded was because of a centre back. Like, usually goals are attributed to the defense and the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
But it'd be unfair to just blame it on somebody. So I don't think he also deserved a rating as such. But glad to see him back.
Yeah, same. Yeah, too less time to give him a rating. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree, definitely. I think he came on 90 or something. So.
Yeah. Oh, am I missing somebody? Did Endrick come on at the end? He was.
Endrick,
Yeah, Endrick came on at the end.
And Camavinga.
Yeah, Kamavinga. I think he deserved to play though. Like usually in big games, if a centre back is injured, he is the one playing as the number 6 and Chouamani back in the central defense line. But I think with the limited minutes he had an impact.
Yeah, I mean Camavinga, he's got injured as well and came back I think on the weekend and then played today. But yeah, recently he's been making a few mistakes that cost us goals, but I don't think you should blame him. And I think today as well the free kick was from his tackle, but it's just unlucky I think today.
To be honest, that was a good strike from Marmoush. Right? This is a really good strike, and that's the time when I think the defense was caught napping in a way. They were like, yeah, it's already done, so it's fine, complacent. But yeah, and then are we missing somebody? Endrick, right?
Again, Sir Bobby. I mean, Bobby's Bobby, but again, too less time. So yeah, maybe 6. Yeah.
Save Bobby for the Copa del Rey next week against Sociedad.
And yes, he should be playing in that game at the Anoeta. And this was the Three Musketeers, I would say, outside the Bernabeu after a 3-1 victory against Pep Guardiola's Manchester City.